scenario is like this. Apparently, the West Coast as well as other places in the Pacific started having incidents with WMD. News reports started coming in on CNN and other local news networks. The scenario today involved terrorist use of WMD, or weapons of mass destruction. It was a coordinated response, or coordinated events with multiple incidents happening across the West Coast.
One team, it's going to be 2 bio, 1 EM person, and their first objective is going to be going.
The big thing with this exercise that's different than a lot of the others is this was more of a drill. There was no instruction given to the responders when they headed down range. This was an evaluation to see how well our responders could do with no assistance. We want to ensure that we have a baseline of vitals. We want to check their blood pressure, make sure that they're okay physically prior to heading into a potentially dangerous situation.
Hey, slow, steady breathing now.
We have several different types of equipment that we use when we're trying to determine what types of hazards are present in a hazmat response or WMD response. We have some that will check for oxygen levels, some that will check for volatile type of agents. We have others that check for corrosives. Everything that we can, we try to determine if that hazardous material is on that person or if it's in the area. The last step in the process for this response team would be to head to our decontamination trailer. Inside the trailer, we have shower stations set up. We'll scrub those guys down, rinse them off prior to anyone removing the chem suit. We want to make sure that when they remove those suits that there are no hazards present. The first team that headed inside gave us a great sight picture as to what types of chemicals we were working with. We then determined that based off the vapor hazards present, based off the amount of liquids that were present, that it was a safe risk to have the next responders go in a lower level of personal protective equipment. It allowed them to work a lot longer, and it's much easier on the body when you don't have that big tank on your back. In any type of WMD response, the FBI are going to be the lead guys. What we want to provide to our wing commander is if there's a hazard present, what type of hazard we have, and isolating the hazard. The last thing we want to do is make sure that we preserve the crime scene. We want to make sure that if a bad guy does something, a terrorist does something, we want to make sure that we can get him prosecuted.